I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I figured you're not. Perfect. So, how long has she been living here with you guys?
Well, that's the thing. I don't have a very good memory.
Okay.
I do have emails and other things that talked about it. But what happened was this: we put an ad on Craigslist for someone to come help clean and take care of things. My wife had a stroke, and I got colon cancer.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
And I got bad back and gallstones or whatever.
So you just kind of have the perfect storm going on.
It's been rough.
Yeah.
Anyways, and I can't say for sure it's colon cancer, but I'm bleeding out my ass every time I go to the bathroom, and it's not a fissure. Doing all the gels and all that stuff.
Right. No, absolutely.
But they have me scheduled for a colonoscopy, so I just want to be honest with you. But I think it probably is. The way I've been feeling, it's been pretty rough. But anyway, so she came out here. She did a bunch of jobs for us, and she helped clean the house. She helped organize things. She was just awesome at first. She was really, really nice and really, really helpful. And
was she staying in the home?
no, that's the thing. It's like it was on and off. She has another place in San Francisco.
Okay.
And look, I don't know her whole story.
Okay.
And I didn't do background checks. So I believe this is my fault.
Okay.
But I should have, man. I apologize to my dad.
Not to be insulting, but I would say that would have.
Yeah.
That you'll
check the last references or
exactly. Yeah.
But she said she's a Christian. She said she's and she was so good with the baby at first. And then so she came over. She did a bunch of odd jobs for a while. There's a couple of times she spent the night, on the couch, and then I said, well, let's give this a try. And this was like around 14th or whatever, and then she moved her stuff in, and everything was still fine for like the first day, and she'd be up all night working and stuff, and I appreciate that.
I'm just going to update my dispatcher, let them know we're okay. But yeah, keep going, I'm listening.
And so anyways, she stayed here for a couple nights, and then I had a friend come over. Okay? A friend that I've known for 10 years or something, and he just wanted to come over, say hi to our baby. We haven't seen him like a year, and so he came over, and he wanted to see the baby, and the baby was at that point because she started acting a little crazy before this happened.
Okay.
And then it was around April 14th. My friend came over, and I was talking to him out here, and just hanging out and talking, catching up on old times and stuff. No alcohol, no drugs, nothing like that. I drug test everyone that comes through that door. Okay?
Even if you did, it's California.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. I don't allow drugs or my family.
Right. No, and that's always a good practice.
Or alcohol.
Right.
But anyway, so he then wanted to see the baby. My wife came down, said hi, and caught up on the old times and stuff. And just so you know, I don't let anyone in here unless they sanitize their hands and have a mask on. You guys are an exception.
Well, I can tell you, I just washed my hands before I came in, so if it makes you feel better.
Hand sanitizer your hands. So.
I got a huge bottle of it in my car. So yeah.
But and I'm not too worried about it. There's cures for that, by the way.
Right.
But for the the coronavirus. But anyway, so he before he came over, I asked him over the phone, have you been tested? And he does window washing for a living, and he went the whole shebang about how he just got tested, got the results back last Wednesday. He's clean. He wears a hazmat suit at work now with gloves and masks, the whole 9 yards, and he says really embarrassing looking. Just talk about things. So I made sure he's safe and not going to infect us. And she keeps going to some guy in San Francisco, and as well as some other family she does work for. And San Francisco's on pretty good lockdown right now. There's a lot of infections. But anyway, it's not the reason any of this happened. But so my friend went upstairs with my wife to visit the baby.
Mhm.
Okay, and so they were hanging out in the room with the door open, and she just went off the handle, man. She went fucking nuts. I mean, she just went from the scale of semi-nuts, kind of weird, I'm kind of think this is a mistake, to like, just...
Where it got a little scary.
Yeah, it
Okay.
got really weird.
Okay.
She yanked my son out of my wife's hands, okay?
Okay.
And it physically, just yanked him out, and then walked away with him. And then she started yelling and screaming at my friend, well, she never even met, and you know. And he wasn't doing nothing wrong, she wasn't doing nothing wrong, and then she just came out there and went nuts and grabbed the baby and just, and, he was just, it's the first time he's seen my baby.
Did she tell you why?
No.
Okay.
Well, she just did today, and we had a good laugh about it. I recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she said that she was like, say I was bringing a guy over to sleep with my wife or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't swing.
She's gonna come grab her things, okay?
I think she has them all.
Yeah,
She took them all down today, and she left with them
No.
the other
I
day
mean,
too.
Okay, we're not gonna argue again. If she has some stuff, dude, she's gonna come in and get it.
Okay,
Here,
that's fine.
why don't you go with her?
I already asked her what she wants, and she
I'll be
wouldn't
with her,
tell
dude.
me.
She told me that she has some personal effects, like some hygiene stuff that she may have left behind. But it's fine. My partner's going to go with her and make sure she doesn't touch any of your stuff.
Okay.
Let me just explain to you kind of what we're dealing with here. Okay.
Well,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And we finished, because I'm almost done, sir.
No, you're fine.
And so then she started going off my friend while she's holding my son, and I got in her face, and I deserve this, okay? All right, but I got right in her face and said, "You knock it off, and you need to leave. This is wrong. You do not go off of my guests and take my child from my wife's arms." And I didn't want to call you guys or make a big hassle of it, but these have been
I'll
washed
tell you,
already.
you probably should have.
These have been washed already.
Mhm.
She punched me in the face. All right.
Okay.
I didn't call. I didn't make a report. I want her to go in jail. I don't believe in that whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
And I got in her face, dude. It's my fault. And I got right in the face. Knock it off. You can't do this to my friends. And you can't do this to my wife. And you can't cause havoc like this. I was present. I never touched her. Never touched her. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't. But she punched me, bled out my fucking nose, and I
Right.
cleaned myself up, and I took video of it and stuff. I have that for you, evidence for the restraining order and stuff. But and then, and then she said, "Okay, that's it. I'm leaving." I'm like, "Well, good."
Okay.
And then she called the cops on me. Actually, I can't remember, man. It's been he has been on here like 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
But it's either her that called the cops first or I did. I can't remember. I
She
think
have
it's her.
everything?
Well, he put stuff her. Apparently, some of her stuff was out front, so she just grabbed it, brought it back in. She has nowhere to go. She's staying here, right?
She just moved everything out.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Stop lying. I don't want to hear you. Anything you say is
No, I'm
just
not-
blah,
I'm
blah,
not-
blah,
I'm
blah,
not
blah,
talking.
blah,
Okay, hold on.
blah.
Come back here, please. We're not gonna get in the mix of this argument.
Okay.
So
So,
my wife can testify that she just dragged everything downstairs and took it out.
okay.
Okay, so
Well, let me tell you where we're at legally, okay? And what the only thing that I can do for you, all right?
well, I hate bothering you guys. You guys
No.
have better things to do.
Well, this is actually our bread and butter, believe it or not, for the most part, is handling things like this.
Okay.
So, you're bad for not doing the background check, finding out who she was in the first place, okay? You're bad for not calling us the day that whole thing went down, because we may have been able to handle that in a
I
different
think
manner.
she called you guys.
Did she? I did a premise check for here, and I couldn't find anything, so I don't know if, to check to see if we had any previous calls, and I didn't see anything. So I mean, I may
No
have looked in the wrong
reports?
spot, nothing. So I may have looked in the wrong spot. I can double check again. But here's what my advice to you would be, and to do this ASAP. Okay, is you need to go down to the family courthouse, even though it's still closed. You can still fill out the paperwork online. And you can put it in the
She's already
Dropbox.
done it. My wife's already done it.
Okay,
The restraining order is in the mail at this point,
okay.
or in the Dropbox.
With a kick-out order.
Yeah.
Okay, so there. So she marked checkbox kick-out order, correct?
I don't know, restraining order. I don't
Okay,
know.
so unless you mark that box kick-out order, you can't forcibly remove somebody from your house. Okay,
Well, she's left. That's the problem.
but the problem is
And then
that
she came back and she broke in, I guess, last night. And while I was up there sleeping and Tracy was sleeping, and Tracy woke me up at like 2 in the morning saying someone came in and dragged a bunch of stuff upstairs, and she already left. And she promised the cops that she was leaving. She promised my dad she was leaving. And that was like the 14th and 15th.
If For the call last night, we were out here. I saw we came out. She was trying to get in,
Mhm.
and then she said nobody answered the door, so she was going to try again this morning. Hence, we're all here this morning.
She got in. Okay,
I didn't say that.
I
but okay.
did you not make it in last night?
I got in last night.
Yeah, you broke in last
I
night.
did not break in the door.
Oh, the door's not open. It was locked like it was today. And she tried to lock me out last night. I went to look outside, and I took a walk, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then within 30 seconds, she snuck down here, locked it up, and I didn't even try to get in. I just came and sat down, and I was having a cigarette. I hate to say I'm addicted to cigarettes, but
It's fine.
Yeah. No, I don't like it. I hate it. I quit for a long time too, but my baby came out of my wife's vagina, I started smoking again.
Yeah, it can be a scary thing. So
So anyway, so she locked the door, and I was out here, and my wife came down, and then she's like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, "No, I can't lock it from the outside," and she tried to lock me out of my own home. I mean, just real Christian behavior. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. That's instigating. But she claimed to be Christian. She moved in here. That's what she claimed, and that was the main reason I had faith in her, and I thought she'd be great. And I believe in God, and I believe it's important to have that faith and have that moral guidelines. How to treat people. Love, forgive, don't judge, and treat people as equal. Anyways, I don't know, what was the question, sir? I forgot.
So here's the thing. Okay, so I understand completely everything that you're saying. Okay, but I'm going to tell you where we are legally. We have no say over. Just hear me out. We have no say whether or not as to she still lives here or she voluntarily moved out or what. I have no say over that. And legally, if I make her, I'm just letting you know, if I tell her she can't come in here, then I'm breaking the law because technically she still has rights to be here. Okay, if there's nothing that's in writing or signed by a judge. Okay, you told me that you've already filed for the restraining order. If she didn't mark kick out on there, then when they serve her with it, they're not going to be able to forcibly remove her from your home. So, 2 things. Number 1, go file another temporary restraining order. Make sure kick out box is marked and noted on there, okay? And then have her served with it. The other thing you can do is you can file for an eviction on her and have her kicked out of the house that way. But keep that in mind that you have either 30, 60, or 90 days are the 3 options that you could put on that eviction notice to have her kicked out, okay? As of right now, all I can do is keep the peace, okay? And I mean, it would probably behoove you if you could find another spot for the. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, we've listened to both of you. Okay, if you can find another spot for the day, someplace to go hang out where you guys aren't going to be butting heads and doing stuff, that's my advice, my personal advice. Okay, not legally. I think that'd be a smart idea, so that we're not back out here dealing with a fight. Okay, but at the same time, she still has a right to be in here. Okay, but you guys need to go through the proper channels and have her legally removed so that you're not looking at some type of backlash later on down the road.
Question.
Yes, sir.
I documented that she left the other day, okay?
Mhm.
She's said in emails as well as to the deputy that she's leaving.
Okay.
She left. Her stuff wasn't here. Nothing of hers was in here. We cleaned up the whole room upstairs, okay? Because she hijacked my son's room.
Okay.
She's supposed to be sleeping on the couch.
So then what happened after all that happened when you moved all that stuff out?
All this is not. Whatever he's telling you.
Oh, God.
Telling you.
Okay.
Either
way, we're
I documented
That's
it.
fine. There's
Either-
only 2 sides.
I can tell
Just
you.
hang on a sec. Either way, what we're dealing with is a civil matter.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something that has to be handled between you two in court.
That's why we're getting a restraining order, but I still didn't want to get a restraining order against her, because that's going to limit her with her future job.
Well, it doesn't matter. Who cares what it's going to do to her? You have to think about
Yeah.
your own
Yeah.
safety,
Yeah.
okay,
I
and
don't bother
your
you.
own
I'm
family.
close to-
Okay, stop. Okay, so you have to worry about your health and well-being.
And-
Same as you need to worry about your health and well-being. And if you have everything that you need out of here, then why do you want to get? But just listen to me, okay? Why do you want to continue to be here if you know there's going to be a problem?
And she barricades herself from my son. No, my son.
I understand, okay, but that's why I'm saying that you need to make sure that and
That's
the
fine.
the restraining. Did you put it in the mail to go to the court?
My
or
wife's there doing it right now, and if you want to come with me real fast, it's messy upstairs, but
That's fine.
Um,
Show me what you got.
I got to get my son. So,
Oh, okay, all right.
Cause I heard him starting to fuss when.
No, you're fine.
Yes, I understand. So that's why you can't get anywhere yet because of the COVID. Yep, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
And I told him he's gonna like told them next month I should be out.
Well, so, but in the long run, that's still like 3 weeks. What's gonna happen here for 3 weeks? You guys just gonna argue all day, every day?
I just staying home. And I never
Okay.
go out.
You have a car?
I rent.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. What
I
else?
don't bother them
You
at
paid
all.
to stay here? You paid to stay here? I don't know if you can get like a cheap hotel maybe for a few weeks. I'm just asking because it's obviously gonna be uncomfortable for you to stay here. Okay. Okay.
And the more he's going to people, he will some of he will think
You know, we deal with this all the time. There's always people telling. There's always two sides to a story, different stories. So it's not our job to decide who's telling the truth and who's lying. We just need to keep peace.
And my own is that whatever happens.
Yeah. And he has the same thing, so I'm like, oh, he says he does, but okay. We just need to get out of here as soon as possible, because it's not a good environment for anyone. Where's the wife working? Oh, that's right. What's the dog's name? Survival? Survival? You have to do that at the courthouse, fill out paperwork, and, that's the process. So, it's done by a case basis. No. You can just, no, it's up to the judge, you can try, yeah. Yeah. But in the meantime, yeah, you can try to find a cheap hotel to stay in, because this is not, I see we've come out here a lot lately. We're just gonna keep coming out if you keep arguing. So, yeah. There's no crime, you know? Hey, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
Meaty.
You just want to see the.
Oh yeah, he's jumping on me. Hey, dude.
So, what's her deal? What does she want to do?
She has nowhere to go till on the 12th. She's staying on side of us, right? He's making it up, he's in the other, so.
Okay, well, like I told you,
Kelly?
that's where
Hey!
that's where we're at, so.
Okay.
Alright, so I would get in contact with your wife, see where she's at with that process, and then go from there. In the meantime, I would say you two need to keep your distance from each other.
I thought she was leaving again today. I mean, she broke in last night. I thought she was leaving again
She
today.
says she has nowhere to go. So I recommend trying to
Why
find a
did she
cheap
move her
hotel.
stuff outside? She has a job today. This is
Okay.
Thursday.
Like I said, we have no say over that, okay? So that's gonna happen. I would suggest that you start looking for another place to go, okay? Maybe a little bit sooner than the 12th, and then they're probably gonna,
I should be leaving.
Okay.
I should be out of here.
well, here, ultimately, we don't wanna have to come back here and it be a more serious matter, okay? We want you guys to be able to do this civilly. I mean, number one, because it would be detrimental to your guys' health if you didn't, and number two, you have a small child in the home, okay? And so you've got,
You don't want us contacting CPS or getting wrapped up in that,
No.
sir.
I'm not the one getting.
I'm just saying.
And I am.
I'm
a
not saying you're a
father,
suspect,
and
victim, anything. I'm just saying that with the child involved,
If they-
like
yeah.
CPS
said,
can get involved if they want.
okay.
Nothing has happened to my child
Yep, I'm not
besides
saying it did.
being yanked out by this crazy lady and taken from my wife's arms. There's no reason for her to do that, and there's no reason for her to punch me. But I've not let nothing bad happen.
No,
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
absolutely. That's
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Great.
So, anywho, we're gonna leave you guys. Make sure you get in contact with your wife. Get that paperwork done.
Okay.
I would start today.
Yeah, I also wanted to get a restraining order.
Okay. Well, then you can go down to the family courthouse like they're doing as well, and go get a restraining order against them.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Okay. Do you guys have any questions of us? Anything like that?
No, but would it be too late? After given last night, waking up like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and she already left, took all her stuff, and left finally, and I was like, hey, so we celebrated yesterday, we were all happy, and then given the fact that she's doing and getting this again, she puts her stuff up front,
What?
and she then tries to get
Okay,
back
that's
in for whatever personal items or whatever.
Like I said,
And I
I'm
asked
not
her,
choosing
I asked her,
sides, so we're just saying,
given all these factors from my vantage point, and
I don't know if you're doing
even though they've been washed, I still got stains from when she hit me.
Mhm.
Is it too late to file criminal charges?
Well, here's what we're looking at.
I hate doing it.
I see no visible injuries on you.
My fault.
I know, but I see no visible injuries on you at this point. And even so, it's a misdemeanor. She would get a citation with a court date, and she would still be here. And the DA probably wouldn't file on it,
Okay, that's fine.
especially with all the stuff going on. Okay? Based on what you're telling me and how it occurred. Okay?
That's the other company.
Yeah. So,
Plus, it's again my fault.
if anything, civilly. Okay? But I'm just saying, it's not worth your time and having to waste all that. It's you guys are going the right route by getting the restraining orders and everything like that. You just need to make sure that you have kick out marked on there, okay? Because that's gonna help you sooner than later.
I should call her out.
Yeah, give her a call. Like I said, we'll update what we talked to you guys about today in case we have to come back, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay.